Hello, Stampers! It's Elizabeth, and it is Wednesday night live, and it is a cold, snowy night. I have my hot chocolate. I don't know about anybody else, and I see eyes on me. So, as always, I'm checking to see if you can hear me okay. And so, I'm not quite sure who it is that's on. But if you are on Facebook, I won't be able to see your name unless you grant Ecamm Live permission to use your name. Ecamm Live's a third-party app and goes through Facebook. So in order for me to see your name, it says please grant Ecamm Live or Facebook access to see for Ecamm Live to see your name. So I know Emily's going to join me because she's been having issues watching on Facebook, and she's going to try it again. And if not, she's going to rotate over to YouTube. So I hoping that a thumbs up. There's always a bit of a delay, so if I can just get a thumbs up that you can hear me okay, that would be greatly appreciated. Because I am going to do a virtual sale, and I am going to do it on Facebook and on an unlisted YouTube link. So Facebook, hi Emily here, can you see my name? No, Emily, it just still says Facebook user. So, but the fact that you could comment was great. So somewhere at the top of my post, it should say, accept this link, and that if Ecamm Live will be able to see your name. But at least, Emily, you're able to comment on Facebook, which you weren't able to before. I'm going to click Ecamm will only let me Facebook. Okay, I'll try something else. Okay, no problem. I'll just yak along for a bit. I'll just let everyone know that yes. So I'm going to be doing a virtual purge. Even though I had this sale at the beginning of this year, the end of last year. I had the big sale at the rec center. Nope, not yet. Not yet, Emily. Keep trying. I still had a lot left over, and with the last catalog, the holiday one that just retired, I still have lots more to go, and I really do need to purge. So I am going to be scheduling a live. It's going to be live on Facebook on this page on the VIP page, and it will be on a private YouTube link. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you're in Canada, that's the whole thing. You've got to be in Canada. You'll have to let me know that you want the YouTube link because it will be unlisted. I do not want to advertise and put it out there for the world to see because I can only sell retired product in Canada. So those are the stipulations. So if you are interested in that, let me know. And I've got 4 buckets full. And so I may do it over a course of a few weeks. Take the first bucket, and here's A to L or something like that, the alphabetized pretty much. So that's my goal. But at least I think Emily can hear me, but I can't see her name. But that's Emily. Keep trying. We'll get this. We'll get this working eventually. I did a live event on Saturday with all of our team members, my team members, and 15 other Stampin' Up! Leaders in Canada. We all got all our teams together, and we do this every quarter. And we are at the mercy of Facebook because one of the girls, hi Anne, it's now I see Anne's name. One of the girls was doing her presentation, and Facebook kept booting her out for obscene activity and nudity. And it was the funniest thing. She was talking about the masking techniques, and she kept saying the word peeling. Oh, you've got to peel this off. You've got to peel this off. And I don't know why, but I think Facebook must have didn't like that. And they kept booting her out. View live, so here I am. Oh, that's good. Facebook user, I clicked on the link and it said view live, so here I am. Excellent. I'm assuming that's Emily again. But so we are at the mercy of Facebook's whims and whimsies, and if you're using a Mac, if you're using Android, if you're using Microsoft, if you're using an iPhone, if you're using an iPad, everything looks different. And as I was using my laptop, my Mac laptop, but then I was following on my iPad because some people were saying that they were having problems. And the tabs on Facebook are totally different on a Mac computer than they are on an iPad. So you just have to bear with us. There's just so many options, but anyhow, that's me, and I've rambled on enough. You clicked on the link and it said live, so here I am. Excellent. I'm glad you're live. I'm not sure who it is. If that is Emily, is that still you? Clicked on the link and it said you were live. So anyhow, all right. So tonight we are going to play. I hope everybody is safe. It took me, I live maybe at the most 7 minutes from work. Oh, excellent, Emily. She can hear and see me. Excellent. I live maybe 7 minutes from work, and it took me like 40 minutes to get home. And then I shoveled, and my neighbors, we all came out together and shoveled together, which really helped. And then I was like a drowned rat, so I put on relaxing clothes so that I could do this. So tonight we're going to play with the Sentimental Park bundle. We are going to make a card. I'm changing it up so slightly. I have the sample here. I have a bucket of sample cards that I've been making, and every time I make a card for a project or for a swap or whatever, I make excuse me, I make a second one and I put it in a bucket. So I can just go to the bucket and say, okay, which one do I want to do a tutorial on tonight? But I got to get through the bucket before the catalog, before everything retires, because the bucket's big. So yeah, we're going to play with Sentimental Park bundle. The original card I also used the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder, but I'm going to be using the, well-worn type, is it? Oh, I should have written the name. You'll know the one when I show it to you. It's the one I use all the time. I really like it. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you the Sentimental Park bundle, the stamp set, the dies, and then we're going to show you the card. And we're going to do a little bit of coloring. And the dies are cute, but it's one of those things you've got to die cut. You've got to die cut out the dies to see what they are and what they entail. Because I didn't realize when the die that I used what you could do with it. Yeah, I know Anne's here. I said hi, Anne, when you came on. So you might have missed it. I said it really quick. I said, oh, hi, Anne. So yes, I see you're here. Okay, let's get over. Alrighty, so I'll move this. So this is the stamp set, the Sentimental Park. I really like stamp sets that have multiple sayings, multiple sentiments. So thanks, thinking of you, let's celebrate, dear friend, your new adventure, and then just for, and then this one's for, best wishes, your new baby, your anniversary, your graduation, you are amazing, and happy birthday, and love. And then we got some flowers, and we've got little hash lines here, not hashtags, but the hash lines. So we're going to be using, again, I'm changing it up. I'm going to be using thanks and this flower, and we're going to be using this flower, and we're going to use this hashtag here. And then these are the dies. So we've got this die. When you see it, I didn't realize it did what it did. So I'll show you that. That's the die we're going to use. And there's this smaller one. And we're going to be using this one. And it kind of goes in there like that. Oh, and we're going to be using this die. And then we've got all these small flower dies. We've got a smaller banner die. And we've got stamps that you can, dies that you can die cut this out, this out, this out. And then freehand story standalone dies for the flowers and small ones. And I thought it was something else I was going to tell you. I can't remember. Must have been a lie. Oh, and I forgot all the wonderful things you do. I forgot that one. So let me show you this die that we're going to be using. So when you die cut it out, it actually perforates the edge here like this. So you see how it separates there and there. So you can nest this one inside of that. And I didn't realize it did that when when you first see it. When you first see that, you don't realize that it actually die cuts out that edge so that you can tuck something in. Just have a thought here. Hold on one second, folks. No, I was thinking that if a gift card could fit in there, but it can't. A gift card does not fit in there. Sorry, it's just something that came to my mind. And then the card we're going to be making is this one. And I didn't finish the inside of it, sorry. So we will tonight. And it's using, this is the cane embossing folder, but we're going to be using the well-worn type. Oh, please don't quote me. I think that's what it is. Embossing folder. We're using a balmy blue. It's my new favorite color in case you haven't figured that out. We're using basic white and the Regency Park Designer Series paper. It's a 6x6 Designer Series paper. And Mossy Meadow. We're changing this flower up a little bit, just so you know. And we're changing this Sentiment, and this is in Night of Navy. And the ink we're using, we're going to use some crumb cake ink for this hash marks here. And then we're going to use the blends. We're going to use Balmy Blue and Daffodil Delight for the blends. So that's the card. And we're going to emboss it as well. I think I mentioned that. Okay, so let's get started. It's regular size card, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So it's not this way, it's going to be this way. You need 2 pieces of basic white that are 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, and we're also going to be using, folks, the Stamparatus. Me and my Stamparatus. I know you guys are probably tired of it, but piece of Designer Series paper, and we're going to be using this flower. And you see the pattern actually matches kind of these flowers here. That's why I kind of picked the Balmy Blue, because it's the color coming out of this paper. And this is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And I have already die cut out this one in Balmy Blue. And you can see it's got the split at the top and at the bottom. And I have already die cut out this in basic white. And in this card, I used this large flower, but I realized after I made the card that I preferred, excuse me, I prefer this size, not flower, oh my God, what's it called? Petal, what are they called? What are these called, guys? Because I forgot. We were using these leaves. That's what they're called, leaves. My mind is going sometimes. We're going to be using the leaves, and we're going to be stamping that using the Stamparatus. And I have already die cut out these flowers, and we're going to stamp it in the black memento, and we're going to be using the Stamparatus as well to stamp that. All right. So let's get started by doing the embossing first. And so this, we've only embossed sort of, how many inches down? I eyeball it, so 2 inches down. So we embossed it 2 inches down, then we're going to put the Designer Series paper, and then we're going to have an inch at the bottom. So let me bring up the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to move everything out of my way. Okay, so this is the embossing folder we're going to use this time, just so you know. And I'm going to eyeball it. And I need about 2 inches. So give me 1 second while I get the ruler. So I need to go up a little bit. And up a little bit more. Am I straight? I'm not straight, guys. Okay, so we're going to go with 2 inches, 2 inches. And this needs to go up a little bit more. and I'm going to run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So it is plate 1, my embossing folder with the cardstock, and then plate 4. And I'm actually only going to put the plate, I'm going to move this up a little bit more so you can see it. I'm going to put the edge of the plate 4 where the edge of the embossing folder goes. And I'm going to run it through. And you're going to hear a click. There we go. And it's actually going to put a little line in there, but that's okay because we are going to put paper over it. So there's the bottom of it. And that's what I mean, where it's going to put like a line there, but that's okay because we are now going to take the designer series paper. And actually I went down too far, so I'm going to mount it like this. I just need enough room so that I can put the sentiment on the bottom. And let's see how I go over here. I got to go over to the edge of my mat. So 1 inch, so this is good. So if I put it right here, where's my pencil? Pencil. I'm going to do it right here. So I've put little registration marks on my grid paper, and that's the plain, that's where I want to put the adhesive or the designer series paper. So I'm just going to put the adhesive on it, and I'm going to use that as my grid mark. So are you guys all home? You're safe? Did anybody have to go out today? It really didn't start, I think, until late in the afternoon. And there we go. It's straight. And while we're at it, we're just going to mount this on the top. I had a brain burp there for a second because I was thinking that the sentence, there isn't real writing. It's, oh good, Anne, you didn't go out. There isn't real writing on it. It's sort of nondescript words, but some of the words you can make out, like this word is happy. So I, at first I thought that I didn't have it going the right way. Yeah, some days, Anne, it's just nice to stay in, drink cocoa, and watch the snowfall. All right, so there is the card. And you know what I should have done, right? But I'll do it now, and I'll live dangerously, and if it doesn't work, then I will die cut something out and put it on top. But I'm going to take the thanks stamp, and this is actually, the thanks stamp is a lot bigger than let's celebrate. So let me just double check here. Oh, you don't. Oh, that sucks. You know what? I'm going to use Dear Friend only because the thanks stamp, in this one I used Let's Celebrate. And this one is a bigger font. So I am going to switch it from Let's Celebrate to maybe Thinking Of, and then I'll put you on the inside. How's that? Thinking of you. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did last week. If you comment, I'll put everybody's name in a hat, and I will send the card to them in the mail, unsigned, whatever, so that you can send it on to somebody that you think would be, that could use a pick-me-up. And last week it was Bev that got the card. Thinking Of. And you know, I'm going to put this aside, and because the Night of Navy is really kind of dark and takes a while to dry, I'm going to stamp the U on the inside, and so that it can dry before I assemble it. And you know what else? What else? What else should we put on the inside? Should we put, you know what I think, what about one of these flowers? Do you think that would be cute on the side just to put here, and then we'll color it when we color the other flowers? Everyone thumbs up for that one? I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I think that would be cute. Do I take a poll, or do I just go ahead and do it? Oh, I got thumbs up. Excellent. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to stamp this like that. I got thumbs up. Yay! Okay, so we'll color that once we get to the rest of the card. I know, go for it. Why not, right? Just wing it, Elizabeth. Okay, so now we've got, I've got to bring out this one here. And I'm going to hash marks, random. And I did have it mounted. There we go. When I did this one, you can probably see what I don't like about it. I put this one up too high, and then after I assembled the card, I thought, oh, it's really useless way up there. So I am actually going to put one here, and then one here, and then one here, just to balance it out a bit. This one is like useless way up there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp it without the... I'm going to put one down there. One like this, somewhat off. And this one I'm going to put like that. All right. And I can put this away. And this is going to go in like that. And you know, you really don't even have to put adhesive, but I might. I'm going to dry fit it and make sure it goes in okay, like that. Okay. And I'm not even going to put adhesive on it, guys. It's really snug in there, but it's not straight. There we go. And I got that. And now I'm going to break out the Stamparatus, and we're going to stamp this leaf and this. Some people love when I use the Stamparatus, and some people hate it when I use the Stamparatus. But I love my Stamparatus. And this is, I've already die cut this out, and this is sort of the template, and you guys have all seen me do this before. And I may not even test it with this one because it's dark green on green, and it might not be out of alignment too much, so I'm going to just stamp it without doing a test run. I'm just going to stamp it. I'll probably live to regret it, but let me get this in the paper, in the picture more so you can see it. All right. Okay. I was told that my desk gets messy and it's not good in the visual. And so I am moving everything out of the way so that it's not cluttered. So that you guys don't get... have fatigue, stamp clutter fatigue with the mess. Oh yeah, it worked fine. Oh, but it's not dark enough, so let me just re-ink this up one more time. On one side. The Stampin' Spots are a lot better for doing this, but I just use my regular stamp pad. Okay, so there is, and it worked out fine. But because the next stamp is, we're going to color it, and it's on a light color, I want to make sure that it's stamped properly. So I have this, and what did I do with the other piece? Did I toss it in the garbage? Hold, please. See, I shouldn't have pushed everything off my desk. So let me run another piece through the Big Shot because I don't know what I did with my template. That's silly me. Oh, there's what I did with my template. I put it back into the file folder with the spare basic white. I was tidy. Okay. So now I'm going to lay this in like this and make sure I've got it the right way. So this will go in like that, but I want to make sure that I've got the stamp aligned properly. So I'm going to float that into the negative space and pick it up. And I'm going to ink it up lightly because I don't care what it looks like. This one, I've got the wrong one. I've got the wrong one, sorry. It's this one I need. This one's the open one. The other one I just inked up is the one that would stamp inside of this, and I don't want that one. And here you'll see, oh, I'm way out of alignment. I've got too much white space on all the sides, so I'm just going to trim this down because I have to move this a bit. I'm talking to myself if you haven't figured it out. There we go. That's better, I think. Let's try one more time. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, now I'm happy. And you know, we're stamping using the black memento because it's we're going to be coloring in the blends. There we go. So there is the stamp, and I'm not totally happy with it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stamp it one more time because I have another one. Yes, I do have another one. Let me just move this around. I think my paper moved. Okay. There's still a little bit of ink on there, so I'm just going to move it around. Oh, I just heard an airplane go over. Okay. I'm very pedantic, very fussy about stuff. And now I'm going to do this one more time. And there we go. That's better. Now I'm happy. See, now I'm happy. See the difference? Forget the ink that's on my fingers. Okay. And I'm going to put the cover on that ink, put the cover on that ink. And I'm going to bring out the blends. And I'm using light and dark Balmy Blue and light and dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to always start with the dark. Everyone, there's no right or wrong way, guys. You do what is good for you. Hold on a second. By the magic. There we go. So you do what's good for you guys. I always like to start with the dark. And I'm just coloring in. There's like little lines in the flower. And I'm going to take the light Balmy Blue and I'm going to color them in. This is such a pretty color. It's one of those colors that I didn't use a lot of at the beginning when it first came out, but I have started to use a lot more of it. Speaking of colors, you know that the new annual catalog will be coming out, oh my gosh, I think it's May. And we know for sure that the 2021 to 2023 in colors will be retiring. So here's my warning to you. If you are a fan of those colors, which are, holy cannoli, Evening Evergreen, which is, I love Fresh Freesia, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, Soft Succulent. Oh, I like that one too. If you're a fan of those colors and you have the stamp pads and you need re-inkers, be forewarned that get them now, or start thinking about them now. Same with any of the blends if you want them, because once the retiring list is announced, they're the first things to sell out. So just be warned on, be wary of that. And now I'm taking my Daffodil Delight, and I'm starting with the dark, and I'm just putting a little stripe in the bulbs here. I don't even know what these are. Maybe they should be purple. I don't know. I thought that Lello was a good color. And I'm going to do the inside of the flower as well. Okay. And I think that's it for coloring. I need this, this, and this. And I could go back out again. Okay, now we're going to assemble it. And I'm going to bring up the original here. I changed this up because I didn't like the way that, I don't know if you can see this. This is flat here, and then I adhered it to here, and it's kind of, there's a bump here, and I didn't really like that. So this was a swap card, and actually after I made this, I think I changed the swap card up to this. So I am going to pop this up like that with some dimensionals. And yeah, I'm going to put a few dimensionals on here, folks. And in hindsight, and I might do this after, I should have glued this down, and I might do that after I get this on here. Oh, there we go. I wasn't thinking very well. So when you're making the card, you have to make sure you leave enough room for the leaves. Okay, and I've left. I'm making it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small dimensional here, and then a little bit of Tombow glue on the edge there, so that, and on this stem here, so that it is kind of like this, and it's adhered to the here. This is popped up, and then there's a dimensional under here so that it's popped up, it's on the same plane. And do I have little dimensionals? I have little black dimensionals. Okay, so I'll cut them. I'm not a very good demonstrator. I don't have any black. Oh, there we go. I've got a couple of little ones left. There we go. And a little bit of Tombow glue. You guys are so quiet. Oh, you're so quiet tonight. And I am going to do a little strip. I'm going to do a little strip of dimensional to put on the stem so that it's not flopping on its own. Like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. Okay. Oh, you're tired from I know. I get it. I said to my neighbor, they're doing renovations in their bathroom, and I said, you know, I think he said, oh, and then we're going to do the kitchen, whatever. And I said, I think next year we should all go together and hire somebody. And I think he was actually contemplating it. And so I don't know if we're going to do it, but I hate shoveling the snow. I hate cutting the grass, all that kind of stuff. I used to love it when I first moved in. I used to love it. And now I'm going to pop this up on top like that. And so I've got it kind of going askew to cover this area here. Now, my neighbor said to me once, oh, Elizabeth, when you first moved in, you had flowers and bushes, and now it's like I want it all like to be gone, so they don't have to think about cutting grass, shoveling snow, tending to flowers. You just attract birds and bees, and and it's work. Got to keep them watered. I know I shouldn't complain. And like this, and that kind of is is it. If you wanted to, we got to put the inside. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't color this one. If you wanted to, oh, my blue, my balmy blue, dark is dying. If you wanted to, you could put dimensionals, and maybe I will. The novelty wore off. Yes, Molly, the novelty wore off huge. Huge. I still like it to look good, but I would rather have flowers and plants that are no maintenance. Like I used to laugh at people who put AstroTurf down, but heck, that might be an option. And I'm not lazy. I just not into it anymore. All right, so there is the card, and I'm going to mount that on the inside. And I'm going to do one other thing, and it's totally up to you if you want to do it. Like that. Okay. And if you wanted to do it, you could take, so it might be too much. So in the center of all the flowers, you can add small rhinestones. But what do you think, guys? Do you think that might be it might be too tacky if I put rhinestones, 1, 2, like 5 rhinestones? You could do that, or you can use, here we go. And I might do, because they won't stick up as much, the pearlized enamel effects. So I might actually do that and put them in the center of all of the flowers. And I think the gems would look pretty, but I think it would be way overkill. So I'm going to put the pearlized effects in the middle. And they won't stand up as much either. So when you're tricky, I was just gonna say, and if I put another layer of the dimensionals, not the dimensionals, the gems on there, it just might get really tricky to mail. So there's the pearlized enamel effects. They will shrink a little bit, and right now they've got like little tips on them. I don't know if you can see that, but they will, when they dry, they will flatten out. So that is the card. Thinking of you. So what did you think? You like that card? Thumbs up, thumbs up. And I will do a roll call and see who's getting this week's card. And my bucket. What did I do with my bucket? I had a bucket last week. Marie, love it. Excellent, Anne. So I know, okay, so I know Anne's on. I know Emily is on. I know Miss Molly is on. Yes, you know what? I think it looks nicer with the blue too. And I think because they're white and the card base is white, I think I always like bling, and I think bling looks nice, but I like the pearls. I think it just finishes off the card really well. Okay, so am I missing anyone? There were 6 on. There's only 4 now. So I only have 3 names. So am I missing somebody? Miss Molly, Anne, Molly, Emily, And I'm just scrolling back to see if I missed Wing Costella. Yep, somebody said a Wing Costella. Oh, Charlene, I totally missed you, Charlene. You snuck in there as I was probably coloring, and I totally missed you. That's probably the fourth one. There were two others that were on, but they dropped off. I guess they didn't want to be. You'll try something else. Oh, that's Emily. Okay, so let me get my little bucket. I had my bucket last week, and I don't know what I did with it. Okay, here's my bucket. And I got in. Just gonna look. Okay. And Miss Emily, Miss Molly, and Miss Charlene. Oh, Ellen was, Ellen was on. So Ellen, and Ellen is always incognito. She never comments. And so she probably fell off because she didn't want to be called out. But I only see 4 on. So did Ellen log off? Can you tell? Okay, she didn't speak up. So I think she's fallen off. It just says 4 eyes. 4 eyes. So that's what I'm gonna take. So I got my eyes closed. And drum roll, please. Emily! Emily is getting the card this week. Terrible spelling, Emily. I apologize. That's the card. I think it's sweet. Thinking of, oops, you can't see that. Thinking of, and then you. Let me come back up. There we go. So thinking of, and you. So Emily, I'm going to send that in the mail to you, and but it will be unsigned, and it will have the little poem beside it. Oh, I don't know where the poem is. That says, I send this on to someone that you think would deserve a pick-me-up or something like that. Anyhow, as always, so that was not bad. That was like 40 minutes. If I'll be on again next week, there will be another video coming up on Sunday morning. It's already there, ready to go. I can't remember what I played with. Sorry. But if there is a stamp set or a die or something you want to know about, a technique you want to know about, something that you want me to try, just let me know, and I will try and incorporate it into a Wednesday night live. I will say that on Saturday, the Super Teams event that we had, my card, this was my card, and I had a lot of people ask me off of the Super Teams event how to make it. So I'm going to recreate it, but using non-Valentine's. So this was the card, and it's actually really a simple card, and it opens like that, and then it opens like that. So that was my project on Saturday's Super Team event. It's really simple to put it together, but there were some tips and tricks that went with it. So I'm going to try and incorporate that using different product, because the punch for the heart is now not available. It won't be available, I think, until April 18th or something like that. So they're sold out. So I didn't want to do that tonight, and I didn't get a chance to do change up the card using a different product, but I will. All right. So thanks everybody, and we will see you on next Wednesday night live. And take care and happy stamping. Bye. And go finish shoveling, everybody. Take care.